Lopez Obrador victims of explosion in Hidalgo will have our full support. President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador affirmed that the federal government will provide all necessary support to the victims of the explosion that occurred last Friday in Tlalpan, Hidalgo. The victims and their families are going to have our full support, all our support, the relatives of the victims, because it is very painful. We're talking about the loss of children, of husbands. They are widows, they are orphans, and they're people, as you say, very poor. That is the misfortune of this. It is the poorest people. That is why it is not a matter of pointing, of accusing, lightly. You have to see the circumstances in which things occur, he said. At 6 p.m., the federal agencies and the government of Hidalgo, led by Omar Fayad, reported 73 people killed and 74 injured. They have sent coffins to Tlalpan and death certificates. The injured are treated in hospitals in Mexico City, State of Mexico, Querétaro and Guanajuato, which have the necessary elements to stabilize them, while injured children in Galveston, Texas. The chief executive reaffirmed his commitment to transparency by stating that he will publicize the entire investigation process. For its part, the Attorney General of the Republic will carry out the investigation with absolute freedom and independence. So far, it is working on identifying remains and analyzing the sequence of events. The first steps provide information of a preliminary nature. The identification of the remains found in the area of the incident will take a considerable time due to the degree of calcification and degradation of the tissue they present. During the second extraordinary press conference to report on the facts in Hidalgo, the head of the executive indicated that, if necessary, the surveillance of fuel pipelines will be reinforced, as has been done by personnel of the Army, the Federal Police and the Secretary of the Navy as part of the implementation of the plan against fuel theft. If you do not count on the surveillance, we could not guarantee the supply of fuel, because we would have to keep the pipelines open, knowing that they are stolen daily, as we have announced, up to 1,100 pipes per day, the equivalent of 1,100 pipes every day, he explained. He recognized the work of the armed forces and their actions in Tlalpan, since they should not confront the citizens. The president reaffirmed that his policy is based on offering job opportunities and well-being to Mexicans so they do not have to engage in illicit and dangerous activities. He ruled out a change in the strategy, so that the transport of fuel in pipes will be maintained, while the distribution is normalized. The president announced that the Mexican Petroleum Institute is analyzing strengthening the pipelines, in the medium term, with technology that protects them from drilling. He stressed that the government will act with rectitude and honesty, because we do not want relations have complicity. Zero tolerance for corruption and impunity. We're not going to give in. We have to clean up our country. There will be no fourth transformation if we turn back.